Hey there, my name is Dylan Schmidt and I'm an automation specialist at Proval Tech. Today, I'd like to go over how to use custom fields and Automate to help drive scripting. Please click the like and subscribe button in the bottom right corner so you never have to miss out on another video. Let's get into it. So, within Automate, we have extra data fields, or EDFs for short. And there are many different ways we can utilize these EDFs. One way that we like to use EDFs at Proval is to help us with our scripting automation. Now, we can use EDFs in three main ways here. We can use them to pass information to scripts, store information from scripts, and to determine where scripts should be running. So for those first two, passing and storing information, one example I would like to show here is the Sentinel-1 agent script provided by Sentinel-1. So this would be an example of a extra data field storing information that we can pass to a script that helps make the script's job a bit easier and our job a bit easier. So within Sentinel-1 and a handful of other security tools that may be in use, there is going to be a custom site token or location token or organization token that is needed when installing this application. This may be different for every single one of your clients. So instead of hard coding this site token into the script, what we can do is we can retrieve this site token that is being stored as a client level or location level extra data field. So in this case, we have a client level Sentinel-1 site token EDF that we can pull from, and depending on where this script is being run from, it'll grab that EDF that is stored at that specific client, pull it into the script, and save it as a variable within the script that we can use, so that later on, when we are running the actual install part of this, we can see we're pulling that S1 site token variable and using that in the script as an argument. So that is how we can pull information from an EDF and use it in a script. If we wanted to do the opposite and say, let's have the results of a script stored in an EDF so that we can review it after the fact. So a good example of that might be some kind of audit script, maybe BitLocker or installed software or Windows 11 compatibility. For something like that, instead of using a get function here, what we can do is there is a extra data field set value, and we can use that, and it works the same way. We tell it the extra data field we would like to use, what variable from the script we would like to have passed into that EDF, and then it will do that. So more often than not, for cases like this, you would use computer level extra data fields, so that if we were to open up any given agent, we could then go to the extra data field section and say we have a BitLocker tab like this, and we have all of these different EDF fields that would be populated once the script is run. So it could be anything from BitLocker to Windows 10, Windows 11 information, to just generic return data that you might want to have stored for each computer. Then the last option that we had is helping scripts know where they should or shouldn't be running. So if we wanted to set up a new script to deploy a software, if we wanted to run everything manually, we could set that script to run against all agents at a given client and just hope that it runs everywhere successfully. If we wanted to go super overkill, we could have it scheduled to run every hour on a given client and just leave it there. That's not super efficient because once the software does get installed, we still have that scheduled script repeating every hour. So what you can do is you could have just yes or no, true, false EDFs set up at either the client location or computer level to say, enable a script to run here. So if we opened up a given client here and went to info, we should have a few tabs that are set up for application deployment. So here we have a software deployment that is set up to basically tell a internal monitor whether it should be deployed to this location. So instead of just a checkbox to say yes or no, this one goes a little further and even specifies what type of agents within this client we would like to deploy it to. So we could say, yes, we want to install this app for all computers at a location. If there are any deployment keys, location tokens that need to be passed to the install script, we can include those here as well. And then because we're enabling this at the client level, you'd also have the option to set up extra data fields beneath that. So either at the location level or the computer level, we could say, yes, this is enabled for the development client, but we would like to exclude the dev location. So here, that's where you could add something that is sort of a exclusion. And you could say, okay, we have application deployment enabled here, but we would like to exclude it for this specific location. So you could even set up EDFs here to say, okay, exclude it here, but every other location, we're good to go. Then within the script, just like how we are pulling in a Sentinel-1 site token, we can pull in the results of this checkbox. If it's true, exit the script. You could also utilize that type of logic within an internal monitor itself. So if instead of scheduling the script through a more traditional script schedule and you're pushing a script through an internal monitor, you could add some additional SQL queries to that internal monitor to say if either the location level or computer level EDF to exclude application deployment is true, don't run that script there. Thanks for watching. We post a new video every week to share our knowledge on ConnectWise Automate. Let us know what else you'd like to see, or if you have any questions, please leave your response in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe.